just want to say this. I genuinely see why y'all don't have jobs. So today I posted that my job was hiring. I'm calling y'all to schedule y'all interview. I'm the person that calls to set up the interviews, like basically all the office administration work. I do that. So I'm calling y'all to get y'all on the schedule for y'all to have a meeting in front of the managers. 20% sleep, 40% blowing weed in my ear. That's all you hear. And the rest just genuinely didn't give a fuck. It was no type of professionality in the voice. Like, it was no type of code switching. Hi, yes, this is me. Yes, of course, I would like to get scheduled for it. None of that. None of that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got a job. Oh, like, what the fuck? I see why y'all don't have a job. That shit makes valid sense. Like, it really makes valid sense. Nobody is finna hire nobody, like, doing that shit on the phone. I let y'all slide because I'm just, I'm gonna do my part. I want everybody to win. Y'all get in this job tomorrow and y'all playing people face, that's y'all ass. I ain't no reference. I never said I was a reference. I just got y'all in the interview. So come in that bitch, and then somebody gonna ask me, can they wear sweatpants? Somebody ask me, can they wear Crocs? Do you think it's a smart idea to go to an interview with Crocs and sweatpants on? I mean, that's just me. No. Y'all, it's questions y'all was asking as a grown motherfucker. Y'all should know this. Switch it. Don't act the same way you act at home in them people fucking office. Turn it on and off. You see how when I called y'all phone, y'all didn't even know it was me talking. When I get up out this job, I'm me. In that office, I'm not.
Attention, player haters and overrated disbelievers of all kinds. I stand before you today 10 toes down as the bearer of bad news. Y'all done fucked up.
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, cause I can see the future much clearer.
All right. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving, right? This is about American unprofessionalism. This young lady is completely right. And I see it even at work, going to run errands and do stuff. People are out here tripping and they think like they don't have to be professional, right? First and foremost, for the people that are unemployed, if you want a job, act like it, right? That's first. And this unprofessionalism goes all across the board. So if people go, it's just a black thing, you're lying. And I'm going to start with there. When it goes to corporate America, right? The unprofessionalism of people who are there to get a paycheck but don't feel like doing their job. So they send other people running in circles because they're just lazy. And everybody's been through that where, go here. And people just send people back and forth for no reason because they're all lazy, unprofessional, don't want to do anything. You got the class, like say the classes part. Sometimes people, it's a class issue, sometimes it's a race issue, sometimes it's a bit of both. You got that unprofessionalism where people I just want to cater to a certain class of people. And you wind up disrespecting the very class of people you're trying to cater to because you have a image in your head of what the class looks like, right? So I want people who got money, but people who got money don't all look like your little imagery. So you wind up being rude to people who got money and influence because they don't fit your profile, which is unprofessional, And then you have the class issue, not the class issue, the race issue, where people see you being professional with this person and then being unprofessional with that person. And if I fit, well, you see people being professional with white people, and as a black man, I see you getting unprofessional with me as a black person. All right? And I'm not talking about like unprofessional as in, oh, I'm just comfortable talking to you. No, I'm saying I see you do your job correctly, like you got sense. And then I see you get to me and you can't do your job all of a sudden like you got sense, right? So it's that. Then now getting into like the generational thing with younger people or just people who just are just rebellious for no reason. First and foremost, you know, people talk about, getting mad at boomers and they told you to go have a firm handshake, look out now, you're gonna get a job. It's like it's not like that no more. You're right, it's not like that anymore. But y'all don't realize how many people are unprofessional even in the job seeking process. And I'm not talking about people who just can't afford to look the part. Because some people can't afford to look the part, but they present themselves the best they can. I'm talking about people who want a job but don't give just act look like they don't care up front. Like, so if you hire me, you already know I'm janky up front. And it's not gonna happen. You're talking to people on the phone. And it ain't just the code switching, because I don't believe in code switching, but I do believe in talking like you got common sense. And some of y'all just don't have common sense. Y'all on the phone and you talking like you're on a hotline or something. It's like, dog. Or you meet people and you're just like, yeah, I just want, dog, no, 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 no. And the smoking on the phone. Some of y'all coming to these interviews smelling like weed. At jobs that drug test. What is your issue? Unprofessional. And the reason I take issue with this type of stuff is this. Most of the people, the vast majority of the people who are unprofessional don't want to go to a business and deal with people that's unprofessional like them. So you want to show up to job or interview with Crocs and kicking it, and just chilling and being real lackluster, lackadaisical, just being lazy looking. But when you go somewhere, you expect people to be on their P's and Q's. Like, you should have your stuff together. You working, you don't have your stuff together. So you're asking for something from society that you're not doing when you're actually in society, in the workforce. Now, another thing. For you people who are qualified for these jobs, right? You qualify, you got all the credentials, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You got everything you need. So you got all the education and qualifications in the world, but you don't know how to present yourself properly. You look stupid. You look stupid. Like, I went to these schools, I got this thing, but I'm gonna just show up any kind of way because you gotta accept me for me. No, they don't. They don't have to accept you for you. That's when people go way too far in life and start, and start trying to figure out the adult world as an adult. And it doesn't make sense. And then you get to those people, I don't like my job. Okay. So you don't like your job, so you unprofessional because you don't like your job. Go find another. But I can promise you, it doesn't matter if you don't like your job. For the most part, you're not going to be professional at it. And the reason how I know that is there are people who like their job and they do their job well. There are people who don't like their job and they don't. And then there are people who like their job, but like, what you gonna do to me? I'm comfortable, and they unprofessional. And they act like a person who don't like their job. And then you got people who love their job and they do a great job because they love their job. Once you go down an unprofessional rabbit hole, you really don't come up clean on the other side. That's why I was saying when people cater to classes and race, like, you can't cut it on and off at your convenience. You think you can, but I want to do business with this certain type of person. So because I want to do business with this type of certain person, I'm going to be rude to this type of person, or unprofessional with this type of person, without the concept of you're probably going to be unprofessional with more people than you're going to be professional with. And because of that, you're going to have more practice in being unprofessional. And a lot of people miss that. Like, it's hard for them to do it. Like, I just can't, I can't get right now. Yeah, I know you can't because you're stupid now. Not to mention, people still out here, you know, especially with direct deposit, you get paid on Wednesday, you don't show up Friday and Saturday or Thursday, Friday. You know, I'm professional enough to work enough to get my check, but once I get my check, I'm unprofessional because I ain't got time for this. But other people are depending on you to do your job through the week. But you gotta be unprofessional. You gotta take shortcuts. You gotta call in unnecessarily. And part of what people are talking about with America and American society and the downfall of the government and the debt and incompetence, it all stems back to being unprofessional. And it's crazy to say this, but you can see it from the White House down. And that's the government. You can see it in the Senate. You know, the Congress rather. The senators, the representatives. You can see it in all branches of government. And you can see it all through the corporate world. Rampant unprofessionalism. And the issue is more people believe they can be unprofessional because people in jobs and in high and low places are unprofessional. Like, the people you hired act like this. What's the deal if I act like that? And the entitlement is stupid, but they have a point. But you tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.